is not our first exhibition here with the solar show. I believe the solar show started in 1997. Our first one was 2017. So it was really when the shift was happening towards solar. Of the 8 years since then, we've attended 7 of those. And I can honestly say that it's been a very valuable one to attend. Allbro hasn't traditionally been in solar. I'll talk a little bit more about the different products that we are involved in. But solar being one of the new growth areas, it was important that we participate in this area. And looking around at the show, the types of exhibitors and the investment they've made, you can just see it grow every year to the extent that they've had to change venues from Sandton to Gallagher to eventually Nazareth. So the types of customers we get to meet here has also been incredible. We get to meet people that are doing small scale solar. They're doing 1 or 2 systems in a month, up to the people that are doing utility level solar. And then we also get to meet a lot of international companies. And we've been able to make connections and do business with companies in foreign countries with products made in South Africa based on who we've met at the show. So it's been really, really good for us, and we will be a fixture for as long as this show is around. What we want to get across at the show is the material we use is different. So if you look at AC and DC systems, those are different too. And there's an argument that goes back as far as Nikola Tesla and Thomas Edison. But essentially, an AC system at 230 volts, we run on 50 hertz. You have a AC waveform that crosses the 0 point 100 times per second. So if I am opening a contact and I've got energy that's between these 2 contact points, it has a chance to be able to extinguish and for it to open in quite an easy manner. So with DC it's different. So I'd encourage anybody that's watching to go online and have a look at some of our videos where we show what a DC arc looks like. So as the contacts open, the test is done at 230 volts and DC systems are even higher. So what you're seeing on that video, the reality is even worse. But as those contacts open, you see this flame that just perpetuates, which is called a DC arc. So DC systems can't detect that generally. Fuses don't trip, circuit breakers don't trip. And you have a sustained arc inside a box that's made of plastic often. So the DC boxes that we make are made of glass reinforced polyester, which is a different material completely. So countries like the UK don't allow plastic DB boards in anything, not an AC installation or a DC installation. So sadly in South Africa, we've seen the insurance companies haven't quite caught up yet. They're close. The standards have had some great guys working on it, but it's really difficult to change standards in the wiring code, and it's close. But what we've been able to do in the meantime is change the standards of the installers, and they themselves have wanted to improve the systems that they install. So we do see that the systems being installed are safer and safer, but we think that there's a lot of room for people to improve on that. So that's what we want to get across. So Allbro manufactures, as I said, most of what we do is not in solar. We have a big footprint in solar now, but we make transformer components. We make, if you're standing on a sidewalk anywhere in Cape Town or Sandton, you look down and you notice that the manhole cover is not made of steel, it's made from the same material. So it's designed to be able to take abuse from cars, from trucks, from sledgehammers, from people trying to break in. So the materials, you can just imagine trying to use plastic on a manhole cover would never work. So the material is particularly well suited to outdoor. And although there are some arguments around plastic being able to become flame retardant with certain additives, it's true, we use some of those. The argument is not even one that we need to have, because we just need to look internationally. Even China, Brazil, Northern European countries, North America, everybody has standardized on this material. So that's really what our objective is to be able to educate the market really as to the dangers of using plastic versus using GRP. So very important message for us as well. The banner above my head, we will hopefully put an insert in there, but it says we've got South African hearts, minds and hands creating products that are useful to a world market. So we really believe in that. So we design our own products. We've got 5 SolidWorks licenses, and our designers sit and come up with solutions. They're not just copying products. And then we make the tooling for those. Then we compound the raw material, and the raw material we're compounding has got a very nice vertical chain within South Africa. And we've got companies within that chain that are also trying to be internationally relevant. So the localization is a big part of our drive. I think in the solar sector, if I compare, we have in the same hall every second year, we have electromining. And the mining sector is one that South Africa has been a world leader in a couple of decades ago. So we see in the mining sector, South African manufacturers have got global relevance, global dominance in some cases. It's not so for solar, and it's unlikely that that will be the case. So assembling batteries here as much as we can do, let's do. But as new battery technology becomes available, maybe sodium, maybe supercapacitors, who knows, maybe some South African innovators and industrialists can be able to be on that wave in time. But for what we're doing, currently we are selling into Australia, into Germany, into Italy, into the US, and we have a true South African manufacturer doing that. So working with companies that are trying to localize is something that we are also looking to do while we're at the show. And it is probably the most relevant social discussion at the moment, worldwide. You can't outsource manufacturing out of your country and not have a social problem, not have serious consequences, because a company that's 300 people that stops manufacturing suddenly becomes 15 people when they're just importing and distributing. So we think this is relevant, and it's really a cause for us, not just the products we make, but also what we contribute to the bigger environment of manufacturing, let's say.